Welcome to My Breakthrough Zone with your host, Coach Sybil Kears. Make sure you come through to get your breakthrough. Hey everybody, it's your favorite coach, Coach Sybil Kears. We are here to talk about how we can help you get your breakthrough. Listen, last Monday we talked about goal setting and how you can apply the SMART system in order to establish good goals, okay? Today we want to talk about how you can become more effective in accomplishing those goals, okay? So you got the what to do. Now let's talk about how we can start getting it done. Listen, everything that we decide to do should affect some type of change, right? So we want to talk about how we can be more effective. You have to make some decisions. You have to decide that you're going to start doing some things and that you're going to start doing them now. You have to make that choice, because if you don't, you will continue in the same cycle that you're in that will not bring forth any real change. So what are some things that you need to figure out? First of all, I don't care what area you work in or whatever it is that you want to apply these principles to, you need to make sure that you are productive. Write that down. Determine what it is that needs to get done so you can start producing results. Listen, the world don't care about your visions, doesn't care about your dreams, doesn't care about your aspirations. All of that sounds real pretty in your head, but what the world sees is results, okay? You have to get yourself in the right mindset to go from talking about it to walking into it. Come on, somebody. If you are into sales and you want to be salesperson of the year, you have to produce what? More sales, okay? So you obviously have that as your goal as a salesperson to become salesperson of the year. You're not going to get that if you don't make any sales. You decided the what that needs to be done is get more sales. So whatever it is that you are doing or want to do, try to figure out what it is that need to be done so you can start figuring out how to get it done, okay? The next thing you need to determine is that once you found out what it is that you need to do, is you need to make sure that you produce quality results. Quality results, okay? You don't want to produce a whole lot of garbage, because whether you produce a small amount of garbage or a large amount of garbage, it's still garbage. You want to produce quality. Have you ever purchased something that was poor quality? Didn't it make you feel some kind of way? Listen, let whatever it is that you're working for or working towards for yourself produce quality results so that you continue to feel accomplished, and that also contributes to your motivation to keep going. The third thing you got to do is make sure what you're working towards, your big goal, is something personal. It means that it's something that you have a purpose to do. You have to be purpose driven in order to be more effective. All right. You can't sit back and just say, if it happens, it does. If it doesn't, oh well. No, something that you are purpose driven about means you have established your why you're doing it. All right. Your why is going to keep you motivated. The why you're doing what you're doing will make you get up and make yourself get it done, because the why does not go away when problems come. The why doesn't become any less effective because you have some issues. The why remains what it is. Why are you wanting to do what you want to do? The answer should be something purposeful and personal. Okay, there should be some type of an urgency. There should be a reason that you want to stay focused on getting it done. This is what gives you that power and that drive, that even though I know what to be done, I realize now I got to produce results, and I need to give quality results because my why depends on it. Then you'll be able to withstand any negativity, any discouragement that may come, setbacks. Believe me, they will come, because this isn't a perfect world. This isn't a place where things just work out in our favor all the time. So in a realistic world, ineffective people, they set themselves up in such a way that when a challenge arises, they fold like a wet rag. They fold. Because now they're doing this. They'll say, oh, well, maybe my best wasn't good enough. Maybe I wasn't meant to do this. Maybe that wasn't for me. You've ever had one of those thoughts? Then that means that your why wasn't established and you are being ineffective. You start making excuses. You try to make up for the fact that really and truly what it is, you wasn't driven enough. Your drive wasn't big enough. Because if you feel like you ain't good enough, then your drive will say, how can I get better? Not how can I give it up? All right. So that's the mindset shift that has to take place when you are in the middle of pursuing certain things. All right. Now, giving yourself a bunch of excuses, your why won't accept excuses. If you have the right why, if your goals are personal and purposeful, I'm getting tongue twisted. If you realize that you figured out what needs to be done and you're ready to start producing quality results, there is no reason for you to start excusing yourself from the goal. No, this is personal, bro. This is personal to me. I can't give this up. I got to figure out a way to get there. All right. So when you find yourself in a situation that you might feel like you're starting to not be as driven about it, it's probably because of the timing. And we figure out what we want to do, we figure out how we want to do it, but we fall short when it's time to implement a plan of action to start doing it. Okay. So at this point, set a timeline and start acting more intentional of engaging yourself in that timeline. Okay. Give yourself a reason to decide that, hey, in order for me to be more effective, I need to figure out how I'm going to map this thing out and when I need to do it. The when will be supported by the why. Because when you think you don't have enough time, your why will show you how to make a sacrifice, how to adjust. It's like someone who waited until after they started a family, had a career to decide, you know what, I'm going to pursue another degree. I did that. So I was working simultaneously while being a caretaker, taking care of my family, working full-time jobs and a part-time job, and still going to school. Was I tired? Yes. Did I find myself feeling like I wanted to give up several times? But you know why I didn't? Because I knew that the why I was going to school was a personal goal of mine, that was something that I needed to accomplish. And in order for me to accomplish, I had to produce quality results. I had to get good grades in school and still work at my job, because that's why was me being able to feed my family. So I had to do both. But my timeline was that I wanted to have my degree by a certain time. I didn't want to take 10 years to get this degree. I wanted to get it by a certain timeline, because once I got this degree, it would then work towards me working towards my next goal, getting to my next level. Okay. But I couldn't get to that level without this. So my whole point in case is I had to establish that timeline, and I had to stay in that timeline to accomplish that goal. Set a timeline, acting intentional towards it will help you. So when the going gets rough, you will say, I'm going to keep on going, because at least I see a schedule of events that I know I'm going to hold myself responsible to meet. Okay. Now, sometimes life is all about pushing yourself forward. It's not about waiting for it to fall into your lap. Okay. If you don't have a sense of urgency about your goal, about getting it done, maybe you need to revisit the goal. Maybe you need to revisit what it is you really want. There should be some urgency, guys, because you can't let excuses be what pays you. You can't let excuses be the reason why you stay. Your decision to change is a mindset shift. You will not be able to get to where you're going if you haven't made a decision to change, to alter something that you're doing. They say doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, is the definition of insanity. It will be insane for someone to have a burning desire a purpose, a purpose-driven attitude to accomplish something, and still let an excuse cause it to fail. Setting the timeline, acting more intentional is a way for you to stop playing with you. Don't let the theory or the possibility of change get cold. Let it be something that you just got to see happen. A timeline makes it real for some people. Stop playing games with yourself. Take appropriate action. Okay? Sometimes we get to this point and we find ourselves still not getting anything done. We've mapped out our goals. We've accepted that we're going to have some changes. We figured out that we need to be productive, and not only that, but produce quality results. We've identified what our goal is. We've established what our why is. We have our timeline, and we still didn't start. Sometimes it's because you didn't give yourself the right time to start. When you establish your timeline, you established when you were going to end, but you didn't establish when you were going to start. So that's the next thing we want to talk about. Establish when it's your time to start after you establish your timeline, because now you're going to stop playing with yourself. Now you're going to be like, oh no, I got to get this done. Now, don't do this. Don't make an unreasonable start time because you're all hype and you're ready to get started. I've been there. I understand how that feels. But I caution you to exercise some judgment about giving yourself enough time to start. So I'll use this as some kind of an example. Some people may get called into work on their day off. It's something about having your mind wrapped around having a relaxed day or time to yourself day, that the thought of going into work when you wasn't expecting to be there seems gruesome, right? It's difficult to get going and get started because they just called you to come in that same day. And it's like, oh my goodness. But if I know that next Tuesday I was asked to work on my off day, I have enough time to mentally prepare myself for that change, because Tuesday may be my laundry day. So now I have to adjust my schedule and do some things so that I could be prepared for Tuesday. I'm giving myself ample time to recognize the fact that I'm going to forfeit one of my days off, but I'm prepared to, because I gave myself enough time to adjust to the fact versus them calling me in the same day to go to work. I didn't have enough time mentally. So instead of thinking of, I'm going to make this change, I'm going to implement this plan of action, I'm going to start in the next 30 minutes, maybe give yourself 30 days. Instead of saying, I'm going to start in the next hour, maybe give yourself a month. But don't make it so far ahead that your trail gets cold before you start. Don't give yourself 5 years, a year down the line. No, start it in a reasonable amount of time that's closest to the present, the right now, but give yourself enough time to get started. If you need to start in 3 days, take 3 days. If you need a 7-day period, a 30-day period, I don't think it should be more than 30 days. Okay, unless there's extenuating circumstances that are out of your control that you have to wait on. Other than that, if it's something you're working on for you, get it done. Set your timeline and then set the right time to start. Don't let someone else be the reason why you don't start. Don't be that type of person to be like, well, I'm gonna wait till such and such get straight, then I'll do mine. Listen, if you can invest in other people, if you can show up for other people, support other people, give and be generous to other people, love on other people, when are you gonna do it for yourself? The greatest show of self-love is whatever love you give other people, you should give it to yourself first. You like showing up for people and being supportive, be supportive to yourself first. You like being generous to other people, be generous to yourself first. Whatever it is that you give of yourself to others, give it to yourself first. Now, I know we can't just pretend our kids don't exist, our spouses, families, co-workers, whatever. I'm not saying disregard their existence. What I'm saying is if your why is causing you not to give up on your dreams, then you're going to have to learn how to adjust what you give out and start giving it to you too. You're going to have to adjust that because that's the only way you're going to get from point A to point Z. If you keep waiting until everyone else that's in your life gets to where they need to be before you start trying to make your way to get to where you're supposed to be, you'll never start. You don't want to sit back one day and be like, man, I should have, I could have, but I didn't. There's no time like the present to get your mind in a position to be ready to do what it takes so that you can see the better you that is to come. There's no time like the present to be effective for you. When you're good to yourself, you're better for other people, okay? You are just as important as everyone else. You can definitely afford to be there and invest in yourself. You can absolutely not afford not to invest in yourself. Take this opportunity and seriously evaluate what you want, what needs to get done, how you're going to get it done, when you're going to start to get it done, and how long you're going to take to get it finished. Because that what is justified by your why. Your why is the reason you're making this goal something for you to pursue. You're working towards something for a reason. That reason is the motivation that will not allow you to give up, will not allow you to make excuses, will not allow you to put it on the back burner for a lengthy period of time to where now it just becomes a memory. I believe in you. I believe that you have a purpose to pursue. You have a passion, purpose-driven dream that can make its way to be tangible, useful, productive, and improve where you are right now. And I believe you're going to get there. Hopefully you took notes of what I shared with you today. Hopefully you understand that no matter what, if you don't take this opportunity to learn how to become more effective for yourself, you may miss out on the opportunity to be a better you, the best version of yourself. So the bottom line is this. It's really simple. Effectiveness starts with the commitment to you, a respect for your time, and the devotion to your why. Make your time, make your plan, put it into action. Give yourself a when to start, a when to finish by a timeline of events. Remember to produce quality results as you accomplish your goals. I promise you, you will get to a point where you'll look back and be glad that you did. Your future self will thank you. Your future generations will thank you. Don't let stinking thinking stop you, because now's the time that you show yourself what you're made of. And if you keep going, keep persevering, keep being tenacious, I promise you, you will not only learn more about what you're working on, but you will learn more about you. You will realize that you have more in you than you thought. You will realize that you had a whole lot more to work with than you realized. And you will be mad with yourself if you let this opportunity to get there pass you by. Find it in yourself to show up for yourself. Invest in yourself, because like I said, you can't afford not to. All right. So that's basically all I got for today. I may post an article later from my blog just to talk about effectiveness. Hopefully this will help you. Hopefully you can take notes. Hopefully you can make this applicable to your productivity and effectiveness. I look forward to seeing your praise reports. I look forward to hearing how this may have helped you. Definitely feel free to share this video. Check us out on YouTube. I'll put the link in the comments section, and definitely give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and like our channel as we try to grow our subscriber list to keep people getting this free content that we're putting out there. Okay, we love what we do. I am excited that you have chosen to be here and tune in. All right, visit us back again next Monday for the My Breakthrough Zone Mindset Monday coaching session. I am so excited about these series. Hopefully somebody will let me know just how they went from not knowing what to do to now we got it done. And I look forward to the hearing that good report. Okay, but for now, this is Coach Sybil Kirsch, your host, and this is all I got. Much love and success. God bless.